to introduce David Fischer to deliver the class farewell. Dave began his career as a pharmaceutical sales representative for Pfizer in 1994. Throughout his 16-year tenure, Dave has worked in sales, sales training, and sales management. Currently, he holds the position of Senior District Manager for the Primary Care Business Unit, where he works with a team of sales representatives in the Manhattan District. Dave has had experiences in selling over 20 medications, including 6 new product introductions to various physician specialties across the New York metro market. He is a native New Yorker and lifelong resident, currently living on the Upper East Side. Dave enjoys traveling, skiing, mountain biking, fitness, music, and movies. Dave has served as a class cluster representative throughout the program. I present to you David Fischer.
Well, to my fellow classmates, colleagues, confidants, and most important, friends, it is truly an honor to have the opportunity to speak to you this day, the culmination of this remarkable journey that we have taken over the last 20 months. For this, I am truly grateful, and so I wanted to simply start off by saying thank you. When I was chosen to do this speech, I approached many of you asking, what would you like to have captured in this speech? And I also wanted to recognize those of you that gave me a lot of input that I used to put together these closing comments. And I especially wanted to recognize Michael Strange. There's so much I'd like to say, however, my time this morning is limited. It's so limited that I must apologize up front to Ramesh and to Deepak M. I'm sorry, guys, but you can't ask any questions. As we approach the end of this journey, let us not ever forget the teachings, lessons, bonds, and friendships that we have gathered. And when I think of the teachings, I suddenly find myself reflecting back to our first residence week, where for a brief moment, I felt like a frightened schoolboy as I sat in my room that first night, trying to get my hands around the value stick. I didn't think I'd ever grasp it. 20 months is a long time, I thought, and these are some pretty smart people, these classmates of mine, what with their fancy suits, big words, important jobs, and uber cool accents, like Dan Simpson. I thought at the very least, I'm going to have a lot more Facebook friends and LinkedIn connections. Of course, I soon realized we were all in the same boat. We were all frightened. And in actuality, our jobs really weren't that important. I mean, if they were, we would have spent the $140,000 on other things, like hot tubs and limos. Who would have imagined that a Japanese company struggling with its decision on which microchip to manufacture would have such an impact on the formation of an amazing bond, a bond that has grown stronger and stronger? Yes, I'm talking about Samsung. At the time we said, damn you, Kogut, but today we say, thank you, Kogut. And speaking of professors, we learned a lot from them. Like, for example, how a person can win very, very small amounts of money at the casino playing roulette. Or, if you pay attention to some costs, well, you're just a stupid idiot. Or how even in the complex, dynamic world of managerial accounting, the 4 most important words still remain: cow, 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 cow. But I'm really not up here to talk about our teachings or professors. The reality is that a lot of the teachings and lessons will be forgotten over time. And after tonight at 10 June, they might be lost sooner. Hey, you might even find yourself forgetting what your professors even look like. Case in point, when I came back from the first semester, I didn't even recognize Professor Ingram. Though I think that had more to do with his facial hair than my memory loss. However, I don't think any of us will ever forget that shirt he wore during the final exam. And with that, Professor Ingram, I respectfully submit my red card. Our experience will forever be remembered by memories shared among each of us in our group. And speaking of groups, how about a big round of applause for the admissions team? We all came here 20 months ago seeking admission to this great institution, but as with many things in life, it takes two to tango. Or maybe 4 or 5 if you're in Vegas, but I digress. Were it not for the intuition and keen insights of the admissions team, this great group might not have been assembled. I can only imagine those meetings. Okay, so we have the head of cardiothoracic surgery, a psychiatrist, an anesthesiologist, a Navy SEAL, some engineers, a few lawyers, a hockey-playing Canadian who goes by Betsy, an Australian who is no stranger to sarcasm, or fantastically cool puffy jackets. A mean-looking but otherwise lovable Scotsman, an aspiring hip-hop artist, a DJ who makes a killing at the high roller tables, a soccer-playing comedian mastered in the art of impressions, some karaoke ringers, an Indian tabloid sensation with an extensive collection of vests. What else do we need? What about an MIT cheerleader, a yoga instructor, a calm, mild-mannered marketer from Scholastic, an earnest, lovable political fundraiser from Chi-Town? Okay, and to round it out, how about the daughter of a former NFL player, a sassy West Virginian, the president of Chippendales, and a Viagra sales manager with a cheesy smile to help plan the parties. Oh yeah, start sending out those acceptance letters. All joking aside, I am extremely proud to be part of this truly amazing, truly talented group. In life, every now and again, you catch lightning in a bottle. That's how I would epitomize the spring 2010 class. I am excited at the promise that we bring to the world as we venture out as newly minted MBAs. And while the next few months and years will bring about many new and exciting changes, jobs, ventures, weddings, babies, more babies, it's a pretty fertile group. It is so critical that we strive to maintain the ties that we have made. We can leave here today confidently saying that our EMBA experience was highlighted by strong bonds and friendships, and in one special case, something even greater than that. However, I ask each of you to keep working and keeping in touch so that years from now, as you gaze upon your degree, prominently hanging above the fireplace in your Swiss chalet, or Tuscan villa, or perhaps your penthouse apartment, or maybe even just tattooed across your chest, you can say with all sincerity, my EMBA experience was highlighted by strong and lasting bonds. Finally, I ask that you embrace life, celebrate your successes, learn from your mistakes, keep thirsting for knowledge, and never, never forget where you came from. I know that I speak on behalf of everyone when I say that I am extremely proud of this degree. That being said, it gives me even more satisfaction to say that I had the chance to be there side by side, learning and growing from each of you along the way. While this is the end of a tough yet fulfilling journey, it also represents the beginning of many, many more wonderful experiences to come. Thank you, congratulations, and best wishes for continued success, health, and happiness.